Hey guys, it's Cameron here, aka the Currency Kid. I wanted to make a quick video just really explaining what Gochain is, um, mostly because it has had a pretty significant rise the last couple weeks. I believe it's gone up um, 300 to 400% within a 2 week period, and it's caught the attention of a lot of people in the community, especially since we're in a market that's been underperforming lately. And a project like this that goes up 3 or 4 times within a 2 week period definitely brings a lot of attention to the project. So I wanted to make a video just really explaining what GoChain is, um, hoping that when people see this, maybe it'll make their investment decision a little bit easier and they're able to understand it and make a better investment decision. This isn't an investment advice. I wasn't paid to do this video, and I'm not a financial advisor. So yeah, let's move ahead. So GoChain, um, first of all, their white paper is very easy to read. I urge a lot of you guys to read it. It is uh, pretty easy to follow along with, unlike a lot of other white papers where it almost looks like you're reading a second language. This is actually pretty easy to follow along, and I urge you guys to read it if you can. Do more of your own research. So let's go directly to their homepage, see what they have to say. So they claim to be smarter, better, faster, and stronger. 100% Ethereum compatible and 100 times faster than Ethereum. The GoChain mainnet is actually live right now and is ready to use at 1,300 transactions per second. You could deploy your dApps, decentralized applications, and smart contracts today to get 100 times the performance of Ethereum. Okay, bold claims there. So I took some notes. I'm not going to read everything word for word, but this helps me get the point across in some bulletin points. So what exactly is GoChain? So GoChain is a scalable, high-performance, low-cost, and decentralized blockchain that supports smart contracts and dApps, distributed applications. They plan to improve upon other platforms' issues with scalability, decentralization, security, and speed. Since the GoChain platform is based on a fork of Ethereum, it will support all open source Ethereum wallets and other tools, making it easier to start with GoChain. It enables dApps and smart contract developers to lift and shift from Ethereum to GoChain, and even people that were considering launching their project, ICO, dApp, smart contract on the Ethereum network, GoChain gives them a different option now. So what makes them different? That comes down to proof of reputation. So what is proof of reputation? Proof of reputation is a consensus model that depends on the reputation of its participants to keep the network secure. GoChain uses companies as validators or nodes instead of individuals. Other blockchains use unknown individuals for validators. So what they're doing is they're having companies put their reputations at stake. Let's see, yeah, companies with reputations at stake create a decentralization that makes network compromise very difficult. So they're having companies, known companies, verified companies, be validators and put their reputation online. And each validated company has to go through a review process. And what they're looking for is possibly publicly traded companies with large market caps, companies that have a lot to lose, companies with hundreds of millions of dollars of market caps, possibly billions of dollars of market cap, tens of millions of dollars worth of market caps. I'm not sure the exact number, but they're looking for companies that are publicly traded with large market caps, which means these companies have a large reputation. And a lot of companies obviously run on reputation. So basically what this means is they're planning on having 50 nodes or 50 validators, all of them being companies that go through this vetting process and have to be validated, and trusted companies that are putting their reputation on the line. So these companies, obviously with their reputation being on the line, are going to be less likely to defraud the network, create false transactions, try to do a 51% attack, because if they do and that word gets out, that company's reputation could be damaged etc. So they claim to be more decentralized. So how are they more decentralized than other blockchains? So they're saying that a handful of companies in China account for 70 to 80% of all mining activity for a lot of other major cryptocurrencies, including Ethereum. This makes it very easy for, if you have most of your nodes or validators in one country, it's very easy for a country or a nation to, in some way, compromise the network compared to if you had your nodes or validators spread out through tons of different countries. So they're planning on spreading their 50 nodes or validators out geographically so no one government can come in and take over their network. So they plan on using 50 different companies in 50 different countries as validators to force true decentralization. So if you have 50 different, possibly publicly traded companies with large market caps that have a large reputation in 50 different countries, it's very hard and almost impossible, really, to have a 51% attack where 51%, what is that, 26 different companies. Basically, to have a 51% attack, you'd have to have 26 different companies, large companies, possibly publicly traded companies in 50 different countries. You'd have to have 26 of them be compromised, which is very unlikely, and all those 26 companies would have their reputation online, hence why it's called proof of reputation. So that's how they claim to be more decentralized. They're going to have more trustworthy nodes, those companies, and spread out through different countries. So instead of having half to 70% in one country, like China, maybe they'll have 10% in North America, 10% in South America, 10% of them in Africa, 10% of them in Europe, 10% of them in Asia, etc., making it really decentralized and geographically spread out. Gochain claims to be greener or more energy efficient, and here's their words here on why that is. So, using a trusted network of authoritative nodes or validators means that there's going to be no mining. No mining means that there's going to be no battle between computers to win blocks, and therefore no wasted energy. Nodes will only require a small fraction of this energy to process transactions, run smart contracts, and verify blocks. Basically, what this means is there's going to be no large computing battles needed to win block verification and win block rewards, such as with proof of work, where you have tons of different computers and mining out there using computational power to compete for verifying blocks. So cutting out all that computational battles is going to definitely be more energy efficient and a more energy efficient network. Therefore, validating blocks will require far less energy. Gochain also claims to be faster. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how that is. I'm going to read their words here, and they claim to also expand on this. I believe it's Q2 2019. They're going to increase their transaction speeds even more. I got to read up more on that, on how they're going to do that. Right now, Ethereum is at 13 transactions per second. Gochain is claiming to be running around 1,300 transactions per second on their mainnet right now, which is 100 times faster. And they claim to do that by using the trusted nodes. So there's 50 trusted nodes, there's 50 different companies. So by using by using trusted nodes, transactions can be verified very quick, and the volume of transactions the network can handle increases. So due to the fact that they have a relatively small amount of signers, validators, nodes, those 50 companies, so due to the fact that they have a small amount of signers, the 50, versus the typical number of miners in proof of work, which is a lot more than 50, and they know the capacities or the capabilities of those 50 nodes, they're able to increase the block size drastically and reduce the block times. So I believe it just is very similar to how it's greener. There's fewer nodes, more trusted nodes, less computational battles. And once again, I got to actually study more on how it's faster, but that's how they're claiming to be faster. And I know they're going to implement other things that Ethereum is trying to do as well to increase transactions per second, like rate and etc. So what does the future look like for Gochain? So if you look here, looks like right now the market cap is around the $30 million range, $31 million. I believe they've been on exchanges for less than a month now. And Ethereum is currently valued at 44 billion US dollar market cap. And obviously they deserve to be valuated higher right now because they've been around for several years longer. They were definitely ahead of their time. They were an innovator. They were one of the first in the field. And they have many, many, many different projects and dApps that have been developed on their platform, more smart contracts. They've had countless ICOs on the platform. So obviously they deserve to be at a higher market cap. And they've built a pretty good, loyal community just being around for so long and backing up a lot of the things that they say they would. Um, but if Gochain, really does have the capabilities to do everything that they say they're going to do, to be faster, to be more decentralized, greener, more user friendly, all that, then the sky's the limit for them. If they could back up what they say, if they can continue to increase their transactions per second from 1,300 to, I think they have a goal in 2019 of 13,000 transactions. So if they could back up everything they say they can, if they can continue to grow, I believe at this point, besides doing that, a lot of their success just comes down to them hitting the pavement and putting their sales hat on and convincing projects, people to either switch from the Ethereum platform to the Gochain platform, or instead of launching on the Ethereum platform, to launch on the Gochain platform. And I know that the team is out there right now making gaining a lot of ground on that. They're having two ICOs upcoming that are going to be launched on their platform. And I believe they partnered with another company that's committed to helping raise $500 million worth of ICOs within the next 12 months on their platform. So that could be pretty big as well. So it all comes down to backing up everything they say they can do, and once again putting their sales hat on, and really getting out there and convincing um, a large amount of projects and people to use their platform, and then once again backing up everything they say they can. But sky's the limit. Market cap is pretty low compared to a lot of its other competitors. So this is one I'm definitely keeping my eye on. And yeah, guys, I hope that helped. There's still a lot more to understand about Gochain. Feel free to read their white paper, and I appreciate the watch.